Welcome one, welcome all to DeFi Crypto and Airdrops. I am Mike, aka Veteran Crypto, and this is Jeff, aka the Blockchain Report. And today we have a new project, as always, where we are going to be talking about Warden Protocol. And I'm gonna let Jeff jump right into it. But basically, this is as usual, super early project. Something that we try to focus on here is to not just talk about whatever the hot topic is to get clicks. We want to show you these super early projects. Talk about them, educate you before they get popular and before they pump. A lot of people in our community, they got in early on Plume, they got early on KTA, they got in early on Mammo, Aerodrome. A lot of these projects is because we were talking about them before they were popular. So if you want the early alpha, this is where you're going to get it. How's it going, Jeff? How you doing, brother?
Man, doing great. I got my tattoos touched up today, so I'm a
Nice.
little sore, but yeah,
Looking greasy.
yeah. I got bird poo tattooed on my arm permanently, so.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, how are you doing? How's everything
I'm
going up in the PNW?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just hanging out, trying to get some stuff done. Had to do some work at my lady's place. So yeah, just a lot of driving. A lot of a little bit of a late night. So I'm not firing on all cylinders, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But
Mhm.
how about you introduce us to our socials, and then we'll just kind of dive on into it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we appreciate everyone for joining us today here at DeFi Crypto and Airdrops, where me and Mike go live every Monday and Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can catch us here on YouTube at our handle DeFi Crypto Airdrop and follow our brother channels, Discover Crypto, Blockchain Basement, BitLab Academy, DCA Consortium, and me at the Blockchain Report, where you can get everything you need in the crypto space, all the information from news to basement deep dives, degen stuff to trading technical analysis, and a great solid community of people. And it's just great to be a part of, and all the viewers have been amazing. So we appreciate you all so much. And catch us on Twitter at the_only_DCA. Vet is at veteran4crypto. Make sure you're following the right handles. And me at the BCR142. Also, we have our Discord at DeFi Crypto and Airdrops, where we have some, degen talk, but we have our DeFi channels, the library tracking sheets, and Vet had a little homework assignment this past week to, forget what exactly was the homework assignment for the.
Basically, it's to get people in the right mindset. It all it was figuring out what is your risk tolerance. How 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 risky are you willing to get on your plays, and what are your financial goals. So in a nutshell, you need to understand what it is you're trying to accomplish with your investing. If you're investing and you're simply you want to get rich or you want to make money, at what point is enough to where you're going to be out of the market? Or
Mhm.
are you just thinking that it's going to keep going up and you're just hoping you get out before the top? You need to figure out what it is you're trying to accomplish. If you need $100,000 for a down payment on a house, if you're trying to get a new car, if you need to pay off some bills, pay off some debt, if you're wanting to have enough to where, like me, where I want to have 500,000 to where I can DeFi that, make 10 to 20% on that on stables,
Mhm.
and make $50 to $100,000 a year. It's you need to know what your goal is so that when you reach it, then you're all out. You're not, you can have small moon bags, but for the most part, you're out of the market, because if you aren't out, you are somebody else's exit liquidity. If you're not out, you're
Mhm.
going to be my exit liquidity. I'm not going to split hairs. It's if if you hold on to your bags too long, you're going to be somebody's exit liquidity. So make sure that you have
Yep.
your ladder out strategy done. Make sure that you have your whatever your financial goal is for this bull run, because if you don't have all of your if you don't have your plan put together, then I feel bad for you, because again, when you get caught up in that emotion, that FOMO, if you don't have something that you put pen to paper to hold yourself to, you're going to hold on too long. So
Yeah, don't round trip like last cycle. That
no.
was painful enough. And that's a great kind of segue into the Discover Investments group
Mm,
where you kind of host some weekly meetups too. And it's important to have that, not just accountability, but people that you're actively like getting feedback from and bouncing ideas off of, and just building a strategy off of each other. The collaborative thing. But they have some free chats here in the Discover Investments group Discord, and there's more paid features where you can access portfolios and trading channels and stuff. So a lot of good alpha, a lot of hot projects that we're discovering early, like Kita.
mhm.
What was the other one?
Well,
The
we had
Mamo.
Arrow, Mammo,
Early
Plume,
on.
KTA. What else? Let me actually look.
Yeah, but we've got a
Plume.
lot of hot stuff in there. And that's what's great about having the community, is that people are tagging me on Twitter with projects, that so it's hard
Yeah.
enough to keep your eyes on everything, but if you have a
Yeah.
solid community that will share stuff, that's very important.
But
So
SXT,
check us
Space
out.
and Time, Black,
Space and
Black
time.
Hole, Mammo,
Yep.
Kita or KTA, Plume, and Aerodrome are the kind of the top ones that we got on early.
Yeah.
But I want to do a shout out to those of you that are watching live right now. Those of you that are disciplined, and that when the market's in the dumps like it is right now, that stay focused on your goal and put in the time, and learn about crypto, learn about DeFi, learn about airdrops, and you're putting in the time when everybody else is taking the day off. Everyone else that's just they're frustrated and they need to go out and touch some grass, and they can't control their emotions. You're the ones that are going to have a leg up in the game. You're going to have a head start on the people that didn't put the time in in the bear market, and didn't put the time in when the markets were down, or didn't put the time in on the
Hmm.
weekends. It's that's what sets apart the people that accomplish things and the people that don't, is being willing to do the things that other people don't want to do. And those of you watching right now, you're doing what no one else wants to do. You're learning more about crypto. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, brother.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So we got Warden Protocol today. This is, whoa, thought I heard some feedback. What's up, Black Ice? So Warden Protocol is a full stack purpose built layer one blockchain for developers to build intelligent applications. So it's bringing AI, safe AI onto the blockchain, making it easier for you to develop these intelligent applications. And I'll show you they got a dashboard and stuff where you can chat with AI, an agent hub where they're rolling out different chatbots like Uniswap trading API, which I was testing this out earlier today. And it's a little slow, you can swap tokens with this AI bot, but we'll show you how to do that. And there are some free activities to do, like daily check-ins, but it is live on what is it, Ethereum, Solana, and Base. So you do have a wallet built in to the protocol, and you can do active swaps and stuff, but they don't have a token, and you're doing certain daily tasks like swapping tokens if you want to deposit money on here, but you can chat with bots, and this you could earn these points and play games daily to earn enough to get an airdrop. So even though it is live and it does have like a feature where you can use real money, you don't have to do the token swaps. You can participate in free stuff too. So a couple of options there, but Warden
Oh,
Protocol, what you got?
Eric Voorhees is one that was the founder of and CEO of Venice is one of their partners. Venice
Oh
AI.
shit. Oh yeah, yeah.
All
Wow.
right.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think this IDO stuff is a little old because this is from a year ago, but I know right now they have a Kaito campaign going on where they're giving away over $1 million in rewards for you to
Damn.
talk about Warden Protocol. And they're about to do season 2. So season 1 just ended. I don't remember how long the season was, but this was just 12 hours ago. They have 6.5 million users, 700,000 weekly active users, 2 million daily interactions with AI agents, and they've completed over 1.4 million on-chain swaps.
Damn.
I did notice, I I took a picture of this earlier because I had this. This is one of the swaps I did. So it was. Do you see? It gave me a fucked up USDC value because it said you successfully swapped that much ETH for 300,000 USDC. So I
Nice.
checked my wallet. I checked my wallet super fast. I was like,
Oh, I
oh
bet.
shit. But no. I think it's just the whatever value they put on the screen because right down here it said approximately 13,000 before the swap. Now, so don't don't be going crazy. They do have some bugs. I do plan on putting this in the Discord, uh, bug report so they can look into that. But yeah, just a little tip in case. Um, Oh, and they do have this pump games going on soon. So I guess you vote for your favorite coin. This meme coin edition. Oh my God. Caught farming.
Oh no.
Oh man. I guess people are just creating these prompts and entries. Oh shit. Oh, yeah, these are good. So a lot of cool stuff that they have going on. And so you said that Eric Voorhees' uh,
Yeah,
company Venice is part
yeah. It
of
says that that
the
he's a
VVV.
partner. Yeah, that he's a partner.
Interesting.
So I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious.
that's
If this project is built on virtuals, or is it like a standalone, or
no, it's a standalone.
okay?
So they got let me, I'll sign out of here real quick, but
Because those
I
that
did want to
don't
show
know,
they have,
Mamo is built on virtuals, um, and
mhm.
like BVV, if I remember right, is standalone as well. So that's good to know.
The VVV, they build out the agents, right? They have
Yeah.
agents like, okay.
Well, I don't even think it's agents. I think it's just an AI.
Oh shit, okay.
It's been a minute. It's been a
Okay.
minute. So don't quote me on that.
They do have a couple of some of their co-founders, CEO, CTO.
Okay, that's good.
They do have
That's
their
good.
LinkedIn. So
Yeah, let's
Antonio Tassi, let's check out his LinkedIn. And
absolute.
this Luis Vallejo Garcia, Vallejo or Vallejo.
You're speaking my language. I don't know why it is. I
Oh,
really love getting into the fundamentals.
oh man, because when you find a nugget of gold and you can get in early, I
Yeah.
mean, fuck. That
Well, it's like, I mean,
so
because
this
a lot of these, I mean, it's not like they're screaming from the rooftops, like Mamo. It's not like they were
yeah.
screaming from the rooftops that they were going to be on the base app. It's Aerodrome. I mean, they're pretty good about hyping themselves up, but Mamo just kind of came out of fucking nowhere. It's like one second I had never
Mhm.
heard of it, the next second we were doing a deep dive on it. I bought some, and then next thing you know, they went live, and I got an airdrop, and next thing you know, they're about to go live on the base, the new base app. So it's
Mhm.
just like, yeah, I mean, if you're not down in the trenches, looking for these early projects, you're buying later on, you're buying after pumps.
And also, the black token, I know the rewards and shit haven't been great for the lockups, but this is a good example of you just you're already providing liquidity on the base, right? You have your investments. If you're holding a token, and you might as well provide some liquidity to earn some APY, right? And
Yeah.
then this project comes along called Black Hole, and they have their test net, and they launch, and they say, oh, these people who provided liquidity to these platforms qualify, and you're like, oh shit, that's me. So you can indirectly earn airdrops just by being active in different ecosystems.
Well,
You
dude,
just never know when you
the
might
way the
get
way that I
something.
got the Mamo airdrop, the way that I got the black airdrop was just from having arrow
Yep.
locks. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't do any airdrop farming or
You're
hunting or
already investing. You're already
I
investing your money and
yeah,
get
no, it's
rewarded.
like I said, I mean, and I only knew about them because of working with you and doing these
And
shows.
Drew with Mamo. Yeah.
Well, he didn't. I don't think I think we're the ones that told him about the airdrop because he still hasn't collected that shit.
Oh shit. No, I thought he had the guy on the creator of Mamo on there. Didn't he interview him or something? Or was that a different project that they got in early on? They got the
Well,
alpha.
Moonwell, he had the guy from Moonwell on,
Oh, okay.
and the guy
Maybe
from
that's it.
Moonwell, I think the guy from Moonwell mentioned Mamo,
Okay, okay.
but I don't think he mentioned anything
Fuck.
about the airdrop. And so
I
anyway, I
don't
mean,
think you can. Yeah. Some
but
they're like ND.
well, yeah, but the thing is that I mean, it's from doing these shows, I mean, that's how I got, like $800 worth of black and $80 worth of Mamo.
Fuck.
Basically for, just holding something I already had. So I'm actually constantly, like I'm always asking Miles, to keep a lookout for, other airdrops, from the assets that I hold.
Oh shit. Nice. Nice. Has he come back with anything yet? Or is it
Oh, you know what? Let's bring him up real quick. Let's ask
bring
him.
up the miles?
Let's bring up Miles.
Hey, how's the weekend treating you so far?
It's going good, Miles. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Just existing, you know, which is a good thing, I think. Got a lot on my mind lately,
Oh,
processing everything,
well,
but in
we
a good
got a
way.
question for you if you don't mind. We were actually wanting to ask. We were just discussing. We're live on the show. If you could, please say hello to the audience.
Ah, gotcha. Sure thing. Hey, everyone. Good to be here. Hopefully, I won't mess anything up too badly. What's the question?
So the question is, we were just discussing how um, me and a lot of people in our community, in our Discord, were able to get the Mamo and the Black airdrop simply for holding arrow locks or VE arrow. Is there any other airdrops out there right now that we could potentially get just from holding base base network assets?
That's a good question. The Mamo and Black airdrops were kind of smart moves on their part, rewarding the airdrome loyalists. Okay, so looking at potential upcoming airdrops for holding base assets, it's a bit of a moving target, honestly. But a couple things are bubbling up. There's been talk around Avail, their testnet's been pretty active, and they're rewarding testers with potential airdrops. You'd need to bridge over some ETH, but holding base assets could make that easier to fund. Then there's Blast, which is obviously building a lot of hype. They're doing airdrops based on activity, and staking on base could definitely qualify you. But honestly, a lot of it is just speculation at this point. Keep an eye on airdrop aggregators like Root Data and Zayali. They usually post updates as things solidify. It's kind of a wild west out there.
All right, but there's nothing. There's no airdrops that you see out there. Maybe on social media or anything like that that people potentially could get just for simply holding other assets.
Right, just passively holding. Yeah, that's tougher to pinpoint. A lot of these airdrops want engagement, activity. But there's been some murmurings about a possible airdrop from Compose X. They're kind of building out the infrastructure for account abstraction on base, and holding some base assets, especially if you've interacted with their platform, could make you eligible. It's very early though, and honestly, a lot of the leaks are just that. People throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. It's kind of gamble, Not a guarantee by any stretch.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Miles.
No problem. Happy to help.
So, any of those on your radar? Or?
Compose X, was that what he said?
I think that's what he said.
I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to.
They were building on base.
I'll have to write that one down on the whiteboard and check that out.
All right. Yeah, he said he was building on base, so it might be a good one.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll save that.
Yeah, Deadwood freaking nailed it. The market's been kicking us in the baby making stick. It's like that's.
Oh yeah, I did take some profits on Pengu over 4 cents, so I'm happy about that because we're down to like a little over 3 cents. So
yeah,
and now I'm gonna kind of ladder back into there were some things that I saw just like the daily RSI was cooked, and I just wanted to take a little bit of profits on some things, and now I'm gonna start slowly building back in. But yeah, not Plume though. It did kind of dip out of my pool though.
Actually, really quick before we before we continue with Warden, let me ask Miles something, because that one project on base called Rise, I've been noticing that thing just pumps when everything else is down, and right now it's up like 7.5% on the hour. So I want to ask him if there's anything going on with that.
Hi there, what's up?
Hey, Miles, we talked about a project before called Rise. The ticker is Romeo, India, Zulu, Echo, and it's up, on the hour, about 7-8%. Is there anything in the news about it? It's the one that's built on Base Network.
Ah, right, Rise. Gotcha. Let me take a quick look. Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of buzz around a new partnership they just announced with Radiant Capital. It's a move to expand their fixed rate borrowing and lending options, apparently. Seems like the market's responding pretty positively to that. Could be what's driving that jump. Anything specific you were hoping to find out about it?
Hold on a second, Miles. Yeah, Rise, RIZE. I got a little bit of it as yield on one of my pools that I voted on manually, and so I was, whenever I vote on something, I always do like just a little bit of, just a quick deep dive on it, and it looked interesting. It was built on base. They're working in the financial, DeFi, RWA, type of project. So it was, I was like, you know what? I'll freaking vote on that one because I knew I'd get some, free tokens of it. So, but I've been kind of keeping an eye on it. What's that?
It's brand new.
Right. RIZE. My bad.
Yeah.
Totally get it. Easy mistake.
Hey, Miles. So, is
Hey,
there
yeah.
anything else you can find on it?
Yeah, let's dig a bit deeper. Okay, so beyond the Radiant Capital partnership, which, as we said, is getting attention, there's also been some chatter on X about a potential listing on a tier 2 exchange, although that's still very much unconfirmed. It's kind of bouncing around in speculation right now. They've also been actively increasing their TVL total value locked over the last week, which usually signals growing confidence in the protocol. It's kind of a mix of solid moves and market speculation fueling things, it seems. Does that give you what you were looking for, or should I keep digging?
No, that's fine. We're just kind of curious about it because it's moving while the rest of the market's red. It's in the green. Appreciate it, Miles. All right. Yeah. No, it's just it's kind of an interesting project. I'm not seeing enough from it yet to make me want to do a deep dive on it. But the price, the past.
I don't even know if that's. Is this the right one? There's a couple different.
It's the ticker is RIZE. Its market cap is number 520. So, well, here I'll give you the quick about. It says T-Rise is an institutional grade tokenization platform designed for the compliant tokenization and distribution of real world assets. It allows asset owners to tokenize projects and enables investors to access fractional ownership with on-chain lifestyle management. The platform integrates with regulated distributors and compliant primary and secondary market access. It is further enhanced by privacy preserving decentralized machine learning infrastructure that accelerates due diligence, risk assessment, and valuation of tokenized assets. And so, I mean, it seems like it's something that adds functionality. It doesn't seem like that it would necessarily be competing directly with anything, but it is potentially like again, adding value to other projects.
Hey, and they're backed by the IBC group, so they have investments, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
and that's the right
Damn.
one, the one that you're looking at.
T-Rise, okay, yeah. This is the token because they just launched July 30th, so
Let me see.
yeah, Wednesday. Yep, this is the right one. So Rise, if you type in Rise USD, the one on Kraken is not the right one. That's unless I think it is because this previous data might be from something else, but the USDT one should be, in case you guys are all wanting to trade this. But yeah, that's the right one. Rise USDT.
Yeah,
Damn,
no, I mean,
hot alpha.
yeah, in the charts looking good.
Institutional grade tokenization.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so and it's
And
another base
I mean,
play.
you get these hot plays. Yeah, base. Yep. You get these
So
hot the real world asset area, ecosystem is just it's gonna explode. It's
if
gonna go crazy.
well, if you're into RWAs or DeFi, I like I am is base network is where I'm looking. There's other DeFi plays and other chains and stuff like that have DeFi on them that are going to do really well. But I just all the different the kind of convergence of Coinbase and BlackRock and just everybody that is that has a seat at the table, especially with U.S. regulators. It seems like Brian Armstrong is always in Washington D.C. sitting down with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's base, pretty much everything on base has to do with DeFi or RWAs. It's, and I mean, even if it's an AI like Mamo, it's still has to do with DeFi and RWAs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everything, seems like it's being geared towards that. And with the amount of money in traditional finance that is potentially going to flood into crypto, the places where that money's going to flow isn't going to be into meme coins. They're not going to invest a single dollar into meme coins. There's a lot of projects that they're not going to invest in. So I'm watching what smart money and what big money's doing. And everything that I'm seeing, smart money and big money is in AI, RWAs, and DeFi. It's like that is where all their attention is. All of the US regulation is being drafted. The first thing they did was stable coins. That is the basis of all crypto, and it's the basis of all DeFi. So, that was, of course, the first step. All of this other legislation that they've been doing, it's all about legally allowing these fiduciaries, these, asset managers to be able to invest in crypto. And they're not interested in a lot of these, metaverse, and they're not interested in, and I'm not fudding those, that, gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I definitely think that there's going to be a market for that. But the
Yeah.
legislation that's being drafted right now isn't around gaming. It's not around property ownership in
Mm-mm.
the metaverse. It's about stable coins. It's about DeFi. It's about RWAs. It's the legal framework that allows institutions to invest in these markets. So anyway, sorry, I got on a bit of a rabbit trail there.
No, and gaming and metaverse will never take off if you don't get the regulation and framework built out for for it to happen. Because nobody's going to want to use your products or your dApps if nothing's regulated, and you're always tiptoeing around, your taxes. You're going to have to file that with like all that shit. We need this base framework and stuff, and it's awesome to see it finally happening.
Yeah.
But just quickly on a couple of the CEOs, or the co-founders. So this Luis Garcia, he's got spent a year and a half at Binance as a regional director.
Oh, okay.
Curado, I don't know what that is, but he was VP of marketing and operations.
Well, I'll tell you what we want to look for is we want to look for a background that is directly related, somebody, especially the CTO, that is directly related to this specific use case. What, pain
Mm-hmm.
point or what use case that Warden is looking to address. Because if somebody has a background in that, then one, they're knowledgeable about it, but two, it means that they're tapped into a network potentially of individuals that are talking to them and that they are talking to say, hey, we're building this out. What is it that you need it to do? What does it need to be able to integrate with? What's functionality that
Mm-hmm.
is going to be necessary for like compliance. It doesn't need to be modular so that you can update or upgrade your dApps that you're going to build on it, without having to take everything down. Like it can be live,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be updating it while it's
That
live.
smooth transition, man.
Exactly, because once you're moving billions or trillions of dollars potentially on a network, you don't want to be taking the whole thing down because this financial infrastructure, there's somebody awake somewhere, using them. I mean, it might be Europe, it might be the Asian markets, it might be the US. It's a
Mm-hmm.
24-hour a day thing. So if you're truly going to be a global network, for RWAs and DeFi and things like that, then, you cannot take down your network and say, oh, we'll be back up in a day or two. That's not acceptable. So that's what we're looking for right now is we're looking for people that understand that and are going to build this out properly, because you don't want to invest in something if it's not being from the ground up being built properly, because then you end up with
Mm-hmm.
like Ethereum, where yes, it was groundbreaking with smart contracts, but there was a shit ton of stuff that it wasn't capable of doing. Expensive,
Mm-hmm.
gas fees. It was slow, and so you had layer twos. It was the dawn of layer twos. It was the same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a great store of value because it was adopted as such, but the network is slow, it's expensive. It doesn't, until recently, because people are building layer twos now, they didn't have smart contracts. They didn't have any kind of NFTs or anything like that until they came up with ordinals. So, it's, you want something that's built natively, to have this functionality, because when you start hodgepodging things together, it leaves vulnerabilities. I'm not a software guy, but I know enough to know that when you hodgepodge stuff together, it allows for potentially vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it looks like their CTO is a pragmatic software engineer. So he's got,
A
uh,
pragmatic software engineer,
yeah, whatever.
whatever that means.
So he's, yeah, backend software engineer for GeckoSoft, and then a senior backend engineer from Ignite, formerly Tendermint. So it's Cosmos blockchain and two other skills? What is this? Okay, yeah, just so he's blockchain engineer full time for many years, like 4 years now.
Okay.
Before software engineer, software developer. I think this is just regular, yeah, Python, Go, C, and Python. So yeah, he's got a computer science degree. So looks like some good experience. I mean, he's
All right.
graduated 10 years ago, almost. So
All right.
yeah,
Well, here,
looks.
let me read from their white paper here, their introduction to Warren. So
Mhm.
this will give everybody a really good idea of what this project is about. So Warden Protocol is a full stack, purpose built layer one blockchain designed for developers to build intelligent applications. Warden creates a verifiable AI native blockchain where models are accessible to anyone and anywhere, their outputs directly powering smart applications. These are our design principles. Anything. Build without limits. Our intelligent applications run seamlessly on chain and operate off chain or vice versa. That's interesting. It operates off chain. Anyone, developers on Cosmos, Ethereum, or Solana can build with Warden. So it sounds like that, as far as the programming language, is one that a lot of different what do they call them? I'm
Oh
drawing a
yeah,
blank.
right here.
Develop.
There's EVM compatible intelligent apps with Solidity or Rust and CosmoWasm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So basically, there's
damn.
already a pool of DApp designers that can that are able to build on this. Um,
Oh
Protocol
yeah.
layers. So the blockchain layer, Warden lets users access responses from asynchronous verifiable sources, or AVR plugins, on chain. AVRs are a universal and standard way for smart contracts to access any resource or operate off chain systems. Users can also build, publish, and monetize their AVRs. The blockchain level acts as a coordination, messaging, and provenance layer, AVR creators. So it sounds like this might be a great incentive for builders, because it looks like they can build and launch dApps and potentially make money off of them. That would be interesting. So, real quick,
Mm-hmm.
I'll read these two and then I'll kick it back to you. Verifiability layer. Warden's
Mm-hmm.
verifiability layer acts like a firewall that uses cryptography to verify AVR responses. statistical proof of execution, or SPEX, specs, ensures the model you see is the model you get. And in addition, it can check if the outputs are accurate and confident enough to be used in applications. And then finally, the application layer. Warden's developer platform features two smart contract platforms, EVM and Cosmos. So the Cosmos and Ethereum. Application builders
And
can
Solana,
create.
right? Yeah.
What's that?
And Solana.
It didn't. It
And
didn't mention
Solana.
Solana.
Oh, it's in the
But
wallet. Yeah.
oh, it's in the wallet, but it wasn't listed where
Oh
I just
shit.
read. Um,
Ooh.
Application builders can create AVRs and use them to build the logic of their applications. Warden also provides custom infrastructure for AI specific needs and interoperability tools, allowing users to access AVRs from anywhere. That's interesting. So actually, you know what? Real quick, I want to ask freaking Miles something real quick. I want to ask him what this means.
Yo, Mike, hope things are still going well on your end.
Absolutely, Miles. Hey, I'm going to read you something. And as usual, could you break it down for me and the audience into the simplest terms possible so that we can understand what it is that it's talking about?
Sounds good. Lay it on me. I'll do my best to translate it into something everyone can get.
All right. So we're talking about Warden Protocol, and one of their layers is called an application layer. And it says Warden's developer platform features two smart contract platforms, EVM and Cosmos. Application builders can create AVRs and use them to build the logic of their applications. Warden also provides custom infrastructure for AI specific needs and interoperability tools, allowing users to access AVRs from anywhere. What does that mean in the simplest terms possible?
All right, so think of Warden Protocol as kind of like building with Legos. They're giving developers the bricks or the smart contract platforms, which are basically sets of rules coded onto the blockchain. We've got two types of bricks: EVM and Cosmos. Now, these AVRs, application virtual registers, are like pre-made Lego creations you can use within your bigger build. And they're bits of code that do specific things, so you don't have to start from scratch every time. And the last part about AI infrastructure and interoperability, it just means Warden is also building tools to help AI work with these Legos and to let these creations be used anywhere. Kind of like making sure all the different Lego sets can connect to each other. Essentially, Warden's trying to make it easier to build complex applications on the blockchain, especially ones that use AI, by giving developers all the tools they need in one place. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. Glad I could help.
I'd love Miles, man. It's like, because some of this stuff is above. I'll be honest, is above my head. Because I'm not a programmer. I'm not a. I know about
Mm-hmm.
blockchain and crypto and stuff like that, and investing and DeFi, but yeah, when it starts getting into the technicals, a lot of times, a lot of these abbreviations and stuff, I feel like whenever I'm talking military stuff, and somebody's not in the military and I'm using too many acronyms, and they're just like, what
Yep.
in the fuck? Like you just like named off half the alphabet, and I have no idea what you're saying. So anyway, yeah, let's dive into. It looks like you brought up the kind of airdrop portion of it. Let's dive into that a little
Yeah.
bit.
So yeah, if you guys are on the website, you can go to the little menu, little hamburger lines right here, and the Warden app will take you. I already got it pulled up, but you can sign in with your socials, your email, your wallet, or a pass key. I have my wallet that I signed in with, and I like the pass keys because I have a password manager that will save like a pass key that it's like a digital security thing. They also have these UB keys, a little USB thing that will you can only log in if you have that USB to verify. So extra security measures are very important. But this is the Warden dashboard. You got your chats up here. Who's Pax Banters? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, shit, Zora, man. People have been posting on Zora for a while, and that fucking coin pumped. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of the coolest stuff, but it's cool that you can get paid just for putting up your digital art.
Oh,
And
dude, I'm still trying to get an invite to the base app, the beta of the base app, because freaking
oh shit,
people are fucking print money on that thing right now.
has it been hard to find?
Well, you have to get an invite from somebody, and so
Oh,
I've been trying to like pimp myself to like the base app and Mamo, and
mhm.
like Mamo even posted that they had that he the AI had a couple of invites to give away, and I'm just like, hey, freaking we've been doing deep dives on you and on the base app, and we got 50,000 subscribers and access to freaking hundreds of thousands more, and again hook a brother up so we can do go over it go over it live,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but nothing.
Shit. Damn. Well, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. So yeah, Warden app is in beta and may be subject to downtime. So keep this in mind. Interruptions or changes. Nothing in your chat constitutes financial, investment, or professional advice. So yeah, right here, supported by Venice, down at the bottom. So yeah, you got your chats up here.
Okay.
You can start a new
Yeah, that's what I
chat.
was talking about with Eric Voorhees, the VVV,
Yeah,
Venice AI. All right, cool.
solid. So up here, you got your chat bot for Warden, and there's the Uniswap trading API. So that's what, we were talking about. You have your agent hub that shows the bots that are coming soon. Masari Deep Research, so research any blockchain project with very detailed real-time insight. Apex Liquid, you can trade perps on Hyperliquid. Intelligent DCA, recurring intelligent buys. So all kinds of cool stuff. Analyze and improve your social media performance. Verification agent for DeFi AI. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So a lot of these are coming soon, but you can do the swap feature on the Uniswap trading bot. But I'll show you how to actually deposit if you want to do that. But first, we will go to this earn tab, right? And you have these tasks to do. First chat, send at least one message in the chat bot, play a game to get 10 pumps, swap tokens via chat. You can do 5 swaps, and your daily check-in, which we already got. And then there's some coming soon, AI training, which complete 5 AI training tasks, and use 3 different agents. So those are in development. But what do you want to ask the chatbot?
I mean,
What's the outlook
maybe,
on the crypto?
yeah,
What's the
no, yeah.
outlook on
Because
Bitcoin?
I've actually heard a little bit about what people are saying about the crypto markets right now, and kind of what's setting up for next. Yeah, maybe ask it. In the coming week. Like kind of what I ask Miles usually is, in the coming week, what do you see happening with crypto and traditional markets?
Okay. I just asked it, what's the outlook? I'll give it more specific. Um, so right here for
What,
August 2025, they're leaning bullish with some predictions hinting at new all-time highs by the end of the month. Several factors: institutional adoption, regulatory clarity, macroeconomic conditions, and geopolitical events. But are we going to get the rate cuts?
okay, so this is what I've been hearing, just from different sources, is that potentially this month that we could see some rate cuts, and not saying that that's going to happen, but that's just what I'm hearing. Um, that there's going to be some rate cuts that usually once like the jobs report that came out, and a lot of the negative stuff that came out this week that kind of drove the markets down, that this is kind of market manipulation from the big boys to drive the markets down, to basically flush out the leverage positions and to get set up for the next leg up. But
Oh,
the other side of the coin on that is, how many times have we fucking heard that? We keep dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping, and we keep hearing that this is this is the dip before the pump. It's like, okay, no,
yep.
no, it wasn't that one. It's this one. It's this dip before the pump. You better buy this dip because this is the dip
Better
before the
buy
pump.
it.
And it's like if you watch, it's funny to watch influencers, and that's why I don't,
It
here
is.
on our show, I don't ever make any claims like that, because I just kind of laugh. Like every time I watch, and they have the clickbait titles, and they're like, oh, could this be could this be it, and all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be genuine. I just want to talk about stuff that's factual, that we can give to you, that's alpha, about exciting new projects, teach you about DeFi, teach you about airdrops, to where you can, earn free crypto, earn free money, to hopefully at some point when the market does pump, you can make a bunch of money. I'm not going to tell you price predictions. We're not going to tell you, when the markets are going to pump. We're not going to pretend like we have a crystal ball like some people do. So if you're
Yeah.
looking for clickbait and you're looking to feel good, this isn't the place. We're just going to tell you how it is. If you want a place that's going to be real with you, and that's the beauty, is, again, we do this all for free. We don't have sponsors. We don't monetize. We don't ask for super chats. We don't
We're
ask
not
for
handcuffed.
yeah. We can be honest here. We can say what we honestly feel about projects, and about about crypto, and about whatever. It's like, that's the beauty of doing it for free. So, like I said,
Oh, did I freeze? Did I freeze?
oh, it was me.
Oh. Oh, no feel good moment. Yeah.
There we go.
Up and is he back? Give me a hell yeah, brother. Well, while we wait on Mike to get back,
Is it?
Joseph, I don't know. Can Miles get us an invite? Oh, it looks like Mike dropped out again. He might have had to restart. Oh, and there he is.
What the
And he's
hell?
back.
Good Lord, man, that was a long one. Freaking Elon cut me off. Those of you that don't
Oh
know,
shit.
I'm on Starlink. Those of you that don't know, so every once in a while I cut out,
He
so I
said,
apologize.
he said
But
your alpha's too hot. You spitting that hot
oh
fire.
yeah, he's
Oh,
like, yep, we got to cut him off. He's fucking giving the good stuff.
can Miles get us an invite for the base app?
I don't know. Fucking let's ask Miles. Here we go.
Is it a code that we need?
I guess, I don't know.
Hey, Mike, good to connect with you again.
Hey, Miles, real quick. Well, somebody in the chat was asking, is there anywhere that that we could get an invite for the new base app?
That's a good question. From what I'm seeing, it's still pretty invite only right now. Seems like Coinbase is rolling it out in phases, prioritizing users who were on the wait list and then expanding from there. I did find a few threads on X saying people are getting invites just by being active on base and using some of the dApps like Aerodrome and maybe Memo, but it's kind of hit or miss,
All right, I
It
appreciate
doesn't
it,
seem to
Miles.
be a central place.
So basically, doing all the
Okay.
shit that I'm doing, freaking, I'm on Arrow, I'm on Memo, I'm freaking on base, I'm talking about fucking base apps, making freaking videos. And like,
You're doing it.
brother don't get no love. Brother don't get no love.
They're milking you, man. You're like,
Oh yeah,
you're
yeah.
all withered away. Oh,
It's
feed
like
me, please.
you can milk a cat. You can milk a cat, Greg.
Yeah, Greg. Oh shit. Hey, they got the third one coming out
Oh, like
20
meet the
years later.
Fockers. Meet the
Yeah,
Fockers.
yeah. Well, it's no, whatever the one that follows because there's Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and now it's like they have the grandkids and stuff. It's
Um,
yeah, but
meet the little.
I'm
Meet the
ready to
little
see Gilmore too. That's when I'm
yeah.
excited to see. But yeah, so these
Airdrop.
tasks, there you go. Your first chat is done. Now, if you want to do the token swaps, I'll show you up here. You have your different addresses for your wallet. Now, this wallet is on the Warden Protocol. So you need to. Now, I think it might be like, the Mamo where you have custody of it. As long as you have access to your login, whatever wallet or socials or email you log in with, that will be tied to this. And you can go up here to the gear thing and you have your private key that you can copy down if you ever lose access. But you have your linked wallets right here. I haven't linked my Solana one yet, but there's other login features that you can add on your account. So you can add, multiple access points. Now here, deposit. Now you can choose a network to deposit on. I deposited on Base. And you can add funds with a card, Google Pay, transfer from wallet, your crypto wallet. And also, you can send tokens. So this is my Base wallet right here. And this is your wallet address. You copy that and go to your other crypto wallet that has whatever funds and send it only Ethereum, right? And USDC. But Ethereum you'll need for transaction fees. And this is where you can, if you do want to trade on here, make your swap. And remember, you do earn points for this task. Was it 100 of these points for one swap and then 500 for 5 swaps?
Damn it.
What happened?
That just fucking. You just reminded me. Shit. I might have lost my streak on my freaking plume spins because I was freaking.
Fuck.
I was gone last night. Oh shit. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. RIP streak.
Dude.
Shit.
Yep. 0 day streak. Fuck. And now I'm gonna hit the freaking pink diamond because freaking I don't have enough freaking I don't have a 10-day streak to qualify. Son of a bitch.
Damn. RIP. Oh.
All right, I got points. I got
it back up.
Points. Yeah, got to build it back up. I had a 30-day fucking streak going.
Oh shit, man, that's the worst when you got streaks and especially if you can earn something like off the plume portal, like with that diamond. I mean, that's a lot that they got in the pool. So here we're swapping assets. And I see you want to swap assets. That's what this trading bot says. But to clarify, or I need to clarify which chain you'd like to use this. So yeah, balances on Solana and Base. And I just said swap 0.0, like all these zeros, ETH to USDC on Base. And that's it. And then it's a little slow. So that's the only thing right now. It's, it is in beta. Just be patient with it. And you want to swap ETH to USDC on Base. Since you have a balance of ETH on Base, I'll proceed with the EVM agent for this transaction. And you can copy all the chats up here. You can delete the chats, but so there, swap fully executed. Now, sometimes it'll ask you, like when you first start swapping on here, it'll ask you to confirm the transaction and stuff. But here's the transaction hash, which you can check on base scan and see how the transaction went. And then you can look in your wallet and refresh, and however much you swapped should update. Now, it did take about 5 minutes or so for the deposit, my initial deposit of ETH to get in my wallet, which I was kind of concerned, being on the base network, but just be patient if you don't see anything after a few minutes. But that's the swap right there. Now we go back to our task, and that should be complete, but I don't know why. Maybe it glitched out. We'll go over to the play games, and they have this agentic snake, the snake game. I don't know why they have Trump on there, but hodl the wheel. You survive as long as possible, driving through traffic, and wog the bounty hunter. Collect the shit coins or you die. So
Do they have
we'll do wog the bounty hunter.
Do they have what global thermal nuclear war or whatever on friggin'
Oh my god.
Do you want to play a game?
Oh yeah. Oh, what's it? Saw?
No, those of you that aren't old enough, it's an old movie called War Games, and
Oh,
it was
War
like
Game.
back in the 80s, like and
Is that
it was
Michael J. Fox?
no,
there?
no, it was that era. It was actually Matthew Broderick, and
Matthew Broderick, that's right.
yeah, and
Mhm.
I'm wanting to say that's who it was, and he basically hacked into like this AI. This is back when AI was just like something that people just thought about. It wasn't a reality, but the government had like this secret AI project that he hacked into and told it wanted to play like basically play nuclear war, and it ended up taking over like made it look like it had taken over like the US arsenal of nuclear weapons and was launching
Mhm.
them, and the Russians were launching, and so yeah, it was like this whole thing. But if you
Oh
haven't
my
seen it,
gosh, look at
it's actually a great movie.
1983. Look at how
Yeah,
young he is, man. Oh
it is
shit.
old as shit, dude. But again, I loved that
Yeah.
movie.
God, look at that computer. You're like, oh,
No, dude,
yeah.
I mean this was
You
like
got
like
to love that.
pre-home computers. I mean this was like a lot like very, very like like there was only a couple video game systems out. I think Pong was about the only home video game system, and it was just two dashes that that with a dial that you would move up and down, and it bounced a square ball back and forth. I used to play it for hours.
Yep. You thought that was the best,
Oh,
man, and it
dude,
was like
my
captivating.
hand-eye coordination was on point. I was like training for the military with that shit. I was just like, but sorry,
Oh man.
I got all
Again,
nostalgic. I got all
so
nostalgic.
here
So
we're playing this little Wog the Bounty Hunter. So you got to collect these shit coins, right, and avoid all these objects. So
so it's like the
uh
crypto market. You're trying to avoid all the shit coins. It's like, you're like
huh.
ah,
And there's
ah, ah,
the demon following you. Oh no. So there's stuff that will follow you, but yeah, essentially, don't get hit by things. And
you
we got
got wrecked.
wrecked. So you can play these 3 different games, and they're pretty fun. I mean, the snake one's cool, but those are free to do, so you don't have to do the swap stuff if you don't want to. So the chat, the games, and the check-in are free. The swap tokens, you can put like $1 of Ethereum in there and just make some penny swaps, I guess. If you want to farm this, that would be an easy way to do it. So all you need is $1, and it could make you a lot more. I know there was a test net that just that that ended a few months ago, the Succinct network, and they did have a $10 deposit for the testnet, and it was like your credit for the testnet. So I ended up getting like 200 something tokens. Now it hasn't launched yet, but it's looking to launch at like maybe $1 or $2. So my $10 deposit on a testnet, netted me $200 to $400 right off the bat. So, pre-market stuff. So, if you deposit $1 in here and just make some really low token swaps, just interacting with this daily, it could be worth it, especially if it's collaboration with Eric Voorhees and the Venice protocol. So yeah. And also talking about on social media, you got your yappers and shit, but that's a lot of noise I don't like to deal with because it just gets overwhelming. But we do like to talk about the projects, but not at the expense of spamming. That's just if you use it, talk about it, but don't spam just because. Even if you use it, don't be a spammer. Do good posts that people can get value from instead of just
Don't be a
bullshit.
dirty spammer.
No. And the higher the level, the more AI agents, exclusive themes, and boosters are open for you. So earning these pumps, these pumps will get you. I don't know why I have this KTA token right here. I think it was from something I asked it, but of DeFi deity. I don't know. That's weird. But yeah, if you want to use my invite code, it's right here. I actually just did a video of this earlier today that I recorded that'll be out in the next few days. So if you want to get there's a more short form of this, but yeah, that's it for the Warden Protocol. Oh yeah, your chats up here. You can delete them if you want, but yeah. Stay tuned for, real quick, the Uniswap Trading Hub, Trading API. So this is what we're saying, other dApps building out these AI bots on here. So you can swap, and I tested this out earlier too. It's about the same speed, swapping wise, but you can swap using Uniswap. But yeah, more fun to come with Warden Protocol. Earn those pumps and get to be a DeFi master on the in the process.
Absolutely. Well, I got this that I'm going to leave up to the chat. So I just compounded all my positions on VFAT, and I got about $54 on my USDC black position. And so what should I do? Should I compound it? Should I harvest it into Mammo or something else? Tell me in the chat. If somebody gives me something good to do with it, I'll do it. I'm trying to decide what if I want to compound it back into black. Is it something that I want to keep growing a bag of, or what am I doing here, chat?
Nice.
We'll
streak
give it.
reminders be set with miles? I don't know.
What's that? What's that?
Stan, can streak reminders be set with miles? I don't know.
Probably not, because you'd have to keep miles open to do something like that, and like since it's in beta, it can only be open for like 30 minutes at a time.
Oh shit. Okay. Joseph said harvest to AVAX.
I usually remember. I just didn't have my laptop with me. Harvest to AVAX, huh? That's actually not a bad idea. All right, that's what I'm going to do. Joseph, good call. All right, so
way to go.
Let's withdraw. into.
Yeah, I migrated my black hole over to VFAT.
I did as well. All right, so let's do 0.25 for my slippage. All right.
Ooh, I might have
Oh,
to.
not increase. Damn it. Harvest 0.25. Token to receive AVAX. Nice. Get two and a half AVAX. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate it, Joseph. That was a good call.
Oh yeah, pack said compound, but yeah, AVAX. It's solid, man. You know, that's
I have a decent bag of AVAX. I mean, it's only a couple of grand, but I have a decent bag of AVAX. But I mean, I don't think it's gonna, it's definitely not gonna 20 or 50x or anything. But I think it will pump before some other projects being a high market cap. Because I mean, usually historically, you get Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then you get the kind of the blue chips, the high caps, and then you get the low caps and mid caps, and then you get the meme coins and any whatever the flavor. Last time it was NFTs, cartoon monkeys, and metaverse property, and everybody wanted to live next to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse, and
yeah.
so yeah, shit got stupid. I'm glad I came in on the end of the last bull market, because it gave me a really, really good look at what the end of the bull market looks like. And that's why I personally right now don't feel like that we're anywhere near the end of a traditional bull market, because there is no interest in crypto right now. No one is excited about crypto. No one's FOMOing into anything. I mean, I mean, honestly, it feels like the fucking bear market right now. Um, for most people, most people that are,
Mhm.
buying into a lot of these projects that, wasn't, if they weren't buying Bitcoin in the bear market at 16 grand, you know, if they've been buying Bitcoin recently, they haven't seen a whole lot of profit. Ethereum, if you were buying that, into last year when it was like $4,200, you're down. Um, pretty much
Mhm.
everything. Like those of us in DeFi, I think we're the only ones that are, kind of mitigating our losses, because my portfolio's holding pretty steady, but it's only because I'm earning about as much as my portfolio's dumping. So,
Oh,
it's my only saving grace is that, I'm earning, my earning is outpacing my losing. So, but I mean,
mm-hmm.
my token count is going up, so, when the markets do rebound, I should be in a much better position than, I was before.
Oh man, I was
Um,
looking at my plume, man, and I'm just so happy that taking advantage of these liquidity pools, because I've pretty much doubled my holdings, and holy shit, man. I'm already holding the asset anyways. I'm already holding, USDC and all this other shit. So, if it's just sitting there, it's burning. It's just you're you're not
that
getting any of that value.
that's the only thing about ambient that pisses me off, is because I got about $50 sitting in there right now too from the past couple of days, and you can't freaking auto compound. You have to harvest it, and then you have to do like a new deposit, which is
Hmm.
probably what I'll do after we end the stream. But because yeah, I mean, pretty much all of my plume I have on ambient right now earning. So, and I'm earning 224%. So yeah, I'm definitely not complaining. Well, let's hit
That's
a couple of these before we cut this off. Let's hit a couple of these questions
yeah.
in the chat. Let's see. Luke Youngblood's Moonwell pissed with Aave regarding users to switch the platform on Base. Can Aave be successful in extracting Moonwell's value into oblivion? I don't think so. Stan, it's Aave is a beast. I'm not gonna lie, but Moonwell is base only for the most part. That I've seen. They might have something coming down the pipe, but uh, people that like Coinbase, is going to be using them. Mamo uses it. I really think that Aave is scared. Aave is freaking terrified right now because as soon as this new base app goes live and normies that don't have the time to learn about wallets and about how to do DeFi and how to do all these manual processes, uh, they're going to have access to DeFi. And those of us that are like you that are listening right now, and people like me, are going to be the early adopters. We're going to be the ones that are in these pools, that are lending and doing all this stuff, that invested in these platforms before the masses flood in, because that's what's going to happen. Is look at how many. Actually, you know what? Let's ask Miles real quick. How many people currently use Coinbase? Yeah, Miles. A quick question. So we were discussing the potential of base network projects
Screen's not up.
because of their unique position with Coinbase and the new Base app. So, for example, Moonwell is a lending and borrowing platform similar to Aave. Aave recently is kind of going to war with Moonwell, trying to get TVL to move over to Aave. However, with the new Base app going live, we were curious how many people currently use Coinbase and Coinbase's platform.
Oh, his screen's not up.
Oh, shit.
And
Oops.
from what I'm seeing, Coinbase is, well, a lot of users, over 98 million verified users as of last quarter, though obviously not all of those are actively using DeFi. Still, that's a pretty massive potential user base just waiting to be onboarded. It's kind of hard to predict exactly how much TVL will move, though.
So, what would be? Are you able to give us a potential ballpark figure of the amount of people that will be exposed to DeFi once DeFi is natively on the Coinbase app, to where people don't have to use hot and cold wallets and go directly to DeFi protocols? They'll just be able to do it directly from the app.
Okay, that's a tough one because it really depends on how seamless Coinbase makes the experience. But let's try and break it down. If even say 5% of those 98 million users start dabbling, and that feels conservative if it's truly easy, that's almost 5 million new people exposed to DeFi. Now, of those, how many actually put significant capital in? That's where it gets tricky. Even if just 1% of that 5 million, so 50,000 people, start allocating, let's say, an average of 500 each, you're looking at $25 million flowing into DeFi protocols pretty quickly. But that's a really rough estimate, honestly. A lot hinges on education, user experience, and honestly, just
All right. So, I mean, that was a super conservative, low ball. Because he was talking about 1%, and if they each put $500, that's very, very small, and it was still
Mm-hmm.
25 million, if I remember right. So
Shit.
I mean, it's like, I mean, think of it from the standpoint of you know all of the people that, and it's not just retail. There's institutional money that
Mm-hmm.
potentially could be, could use these platforms. So there already is, like with Plume Network, there's already institutional, RWA vaults and things like that for, US Treasury, those sorts of things. So, as these barriers to entry start getting broken down to where the average person that doesn't know about crypto, that doesn't know about wallets, that doesn't know about DeFi, they can just go on their phone, during lunch and they like, oh shit. You mean I can earn 20%, in this, if I put, money into this pool, it can earn me an average of 20%. Yeah, that sounds cool. Let me try that out. I mean, and then you think globally. So, Coinbase is mostly, US users, but, depending on what integrates with it, and, people can still access a lot of these, apps, through, VPNs and things like that. So, I mean, there's what, 8-ish billion people in the world? I mean, it's DeFi, I think, is going to take a huge market share just when people realize that their money in the bank is losing money due to inflation. It doesn't matter what country you're in. They're all losing. And the fact that you can earn money, that you can earn 5, 10, 15, 20% on your savings, I mean, who wouldn't
Oh.
do that? I mean, that's how I got most of my friends and family onboarded to DeFi. Is I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
If you think crypto's a scam, cool, I get it. You have put some money in USDC. It's backed by the US dollar. It's 1-to-1 backed, and put it on Coinbase or put it someplace, because I showed them a couple different places where you can earn 5 to 10%. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it's 5 to 10% of free money. All you got to do is just, store it there. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to learn about wallets. You don't got to learn about liquidity pools, all this crazy shit that I'm always talking about. Just use it like a high interest savings account. And
Yep.
because of that, they're like, oh shit, this is real. You mean this is real money. Like I thought this was just like magic internet money. And I'm like,
Oh
no,
my God.
it's real money that you can cash out, and you can, if you want to, off ramp it into fiat, you can. And there's a lot of places
Mm-hmm.
that it's getting to where you can spend USDC, with, like Moonwell, they're
Oh,
about
the
to launch.
Visa.
Yeah, they're about to launch a credit card. Mamo, I think, is part of that. And that's why I'm going to start putting more in Mamo, is because, I mean, what is it now? Like it was like 8%, 9% the other day. What is
Holy
it right
shit.
now?
Yeah. I mean, we haven't even touched the surface of retail. I
Dude,
mean, you
10,
got
10.4% that USDC is earning on
these
Mamo right now.
safe in your wallet, full custody.
No, there's absolutely no exposure to like things like liquidation. I mean, this is just basically like a bank account. Even if Mamo goes down, your deposit is still on Moonwell. It's so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, you can earn over 10% right now on your USDC.
Oh yeah. Twinkle Bell, USDT fall from grace. Looks like people pivots to USDC. So BNB chain or Binance, they are heavy in USDT.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, and yeah, USDC. I mean, that is more heavy on the base, like Coinbase.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're both gonna be around, so I don't think one's gonna
No,
steal
well,
one. But
Tether really can't go anywhere, and the US isn't going to go after them because they hold a massive amount of US treasuries. So basically
mm,
that's how they're backing a lot of their, of their stable coin, is with US treasuries. So that was smart of them to do because USDC is the chosen stable coin when it comes to Coinbase, when it comes to, like the US and stuff like that. Because it's a US based company, it's Circle. But Tether was smart and they were like, because algorithmic stable coins, aren't, debatable, but aren't a good thing. So they are, theirs is backed by US treasuries and they have a massive amount of them. So they kind of, bought themselves a ghillie suit, when it comes to, when it comes to the US government, because the government's going to be like, we no see you. We no see you.
No,
Because if they go after them and they dump, their US treasuries, then
oh, they're fucked.
yeah. Actually, you know what?
They're
Let me
like,
let
yeah,
me
we got
let
you
me ask
now.
Miles. Let me ask Miles real quick.
Evening. Hope your Saturday's treating you well so far.
Yep, Miles. USDT, the stable coin. I don't know the exact number, but I know that they are backed. Their treasury that backs their stable coin USDT. A good portion of that is U.S. Treasuries. Is there any place that you could look and tell us, what Tether uses to back their stablecoin?
Ah, gotcha.
Mm.
Yeah, Tether's transparency or lack thereof is always a hot topic. From what I'm seeing, they've been releasing these attestation reports, but they're not full audits. You know, as of April 30th, 2024, the latest detailed report, they claim about $83.5 billion in total reserves. And yeah, U.S. Treasuries make up a pretty significant chunk, around 52.8 billion. They also hold a lot of short-term government debt, money market funds, and some corporate bonds. There's a smaller percentage in other things like gold and crypto. You can find the full breakdown on their website, though it's presented as a bit of a visual experience, honestly. It's at tether.to legal-reserve-composition. It's worth digging through if you want to see the specifics.
So yeah, they got from the sounds of it, like a little over $50 billion in U.S. Treasuries. So it's no small figure, and then
Damn.
another portion in debt, in U.S. debt and stuff like that. So again, they're like the predator, for the when it comes to the U.S. government, because they don't want to go after them because, like, again, they could dump all that. All right, what else we got in here? That's how I keep hearing ARB as a recommendation, more than some of the other biggies from the last bull, like Link, Dot, or AVAX. But I want to build a bigger bag of everything. Um, I haven't heard a ton of new news about ARB. Dot, personally, I kind of think it's kind of
Mm.
not dead, but just not an exciting project anymore. You never hear anything about it. I haven't heard any announcements from them as far as partnerships or anything that they're launching, or
Gets less love
AVAX.
than Cardano.
Yeah, I mean, AVAX. I mean, they had Off the Grid, a game launch, Black Hole, a new Dex
Mhm.
that's just racking up the TVL. That's on AVAX. There's a bunch of exciting news on AVAX and Link. I mean, don't get me started on Chainlink. I mean, when it comes
Mhm.
to DeFi and RWAs, I mean that's like the fucking goat of what everybody's using. Chainlink is the go-to oracle. So yeah, I mean, out of those three, I would say probably my order of merit would be Link, AVAX, then Dot. If those are the three that you're thinking of, then that would
Yeah.
be what would yours be, Jeff?
Yeah. Link AVAX dot.
All right.
Because I mean, Link is fundamental to almost every blockchain. The pulling the data and the oracles. AVAX is a layer two, but you can't that uses Chainlink. So, Link is integrated. So that is definitely top dog in that list. Even over ARB. Like I would put ARB after AVAX. And because Dot, yeah, they just kind of fell from grace, and they had some good stuff early on, but I think they just didn't capitalize off the bear market.
No, absolutely. No,
Yeah,
so
Miles.
let's see. Oh shit, we got fucking all kinds of freaking chat in here. All right, let's go through these questions. No, no, and I'm glad. I love it when the chat gets active.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay, I told some fellow arrow holders that were complaining about boredom to get, earning arrow. Absolutely. It's like I don't understand why people will just sit and hodl bags and not use it to earn.
Mm-hmm.
Ave feels threatened. Absolutely. They see the writing on the wall. The amount of people that are going to flood into vaults on Moonwell is going to blow people's mind. Miles Miles is an AI. It's our third host here on the show. Whenever I don't understand something, Miles is my tech assist. Let's see.
Yeah, Jay
Um,
couldn't hear.
yeah, honestly, I think people will be in a let's see.
DGen light mindset. I mean,
In
once
the
you get a feel for the DeFi stuff, people will,
Oh, this is it.
like you
This,
said, when it's real money. Oh, it's real money. I can pull it out. Okay,
yeah,
I can trust this.
yeah. So Tinkerbell said in the Netherlands, USDT is non-compliant. So the centralized exchanges are pushing USDC. Interesting. So that's over.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, does this channel recommend SoFi? This is just a shirt from when I worked there for a minute. I was just bored in retirement, and so I'll be honest. I went and got a job there as basically the front desk dude. I was a secretary basically. I was the one that ordered like the lunches and greeted people and like gave out badges. So I was kind of like the security,
Yep.
and then I just pushed a cart around all day and like fucked with people and gave them snacks. So yeah, it's like that was no, I did
A
nothing
fun little
important.
job.
It was purely for fun. Like I said, I could
Mm.
just walk around all day and laugh and joke with people and fuck with people, and just I knew what everybody's favorite snack was, and I'd bring them a snack if they were having a bad day, and it was an awesome job. I freaking loved it. Uh,
Hell yeah.
let's see, but they have some great products. As far as like loans and stuff like that, they have some great products. I
Hmm.
haven't heard anyone bullish on Dot. Yeah, me either.
Um,
Dot and ADA
uh,
better pull something out of their butts if they
yeah.
want a good boy. I 100% agree. Like I don't know why people are so bullish on Cardano. I mean, there's some good news that have come out about it. But I mean, as long as they've been around, and everyone talks about what a great tech it is over everybody else. It's like, then why is nobody doing anything with it? There is no DeFi to
Hmm.
speak of on it. It's just I mean, they're trying to do DeFi now. It's just kind of like you're late to the party.
Yeah.
Institutions are building on ETH, they're building on Base, they're building on Plume, they're building on other shit because you were wanting to focus on being decentralized.
Oh, did you see the banker bot or the banker coin from Stan? Is there any opinion on banker coin on
We looked
base
it up.
AI?
We looked it up on one of the shows that I did recently.
I know I've heard a lot of hype around banker bot, and their banker coin just, I guess, launched on the 30th. Oh no, it's been out. Oh shit. Okay, no, it's been out.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, it looked like an interesting. It says bankers an advanced AI agent focused on simplifying the process of buying and selling digital assets. Banker was the first AI agent on Farcaster to help you quickly buy all your favorite coins directly in the social. Banker coin is the official coin of the agent and was deployed by Banker itself directly in the Farcaster social feed. Fees from swaps go to support Banker coin. Banker is available on Farcaster and will soon be launching a private terminal, token Rex, and limit orders on Base. I, we might have to do a deeper dive on it because I like that it's on Base. I like that it's AI, but I don't like that it's only on Farcaster. But it's a micro cap.
Interesting.
I mean, it
Yeah,
only
that might be
has
why.
yeah. So, all right. Well,
Interesting. Let's see.
oh
Influencers push for social media.
yeah, he's talking about Cardano. Oh, that's where it was. Thanks, Black Ice. Yeah, on the X space. I think we talked about it briefly. There is what Black Ice was saying. I appreciate it, Black
Okay.
Ice. I'm old.
Hell
My memory's not
yeah.
100%. Need to take some mushrooms or something.
Too too many explosive devices
Yeah, oh,
around.
dude, I've been smashed in the head so many times. I gotta have freaking TBI. Freaking jumping out of planes and freaking freaking doing night jumps and doing freaking yeah. Anyway,
All the fun.
um, I posted on Discord what I was first finding. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, if nobody has any more questions, I guess we'll call it. I'm gonna go make myself a grilled cheese
Ooh.
and be lazy and lay on the freaking couch. Oh,
Yeah, you hardworking man, hardworking man. I did want to
oh,
leave everyone with this one quote because I heard it earlier today, and I don't know if a lot of people ever watched The Office, but I saw a clip of Dwight and Andy from The Office that they were talking now about their time on the show, and there was this one quote that Andy says in one of the episodes that says, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you left them." And it just kind of hit me like, God damn, that's like, and then they kind of expanded into it saying, you're always in the good old days. Just sit with that and appreciate the time that you're in right now. Even if it's shit, you're learning, you're growing, you're facing challenges that one day you're going to look back and be like, fuck, I wish I just sat in that moment a little bit more because it was so valuable and a pivotal point, in your life. So always appreciate the time that you're in, be excited about the future, but don't just put everything on, living for what could be instead of what is now. So
you know what? I'll summarize that because I heard a really good quote that summarizes it. If you live in the if you're living for the past, you live in regret. If you live in the future, you live an anxious life. If you live in the moment, you live in peace.
yes.
And with that, till next time, Veteran Crypto out.
Peace.